seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity. Or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brained politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
Moron Joe, the man without a brain.
I'll have to just circle back.
At this point, we don't need to watch anything that Biden does to make fun of him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
the dude, basically, he doesn't even speak. He just talks Simlish.
Simlish?
Yeah, like...
Will you shut up, man?
I took a trip up there to the North Pole. I went there, and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself.
I was trying to figure out why all the trannies kept getting the HIV, so I had to put a dress and a wig on and go back to my favorite gay bars and bathhouses. But this time I wore my triple masks on account of the COVID.
I'll slap you in the face and I'll say, I demand satisfaction, you son of a bitch.
Did you know that an average adult man has 144 pounds of edible meat on his body?
what?
What the shit?
Oh, it is just groovy, man. I'm telling you, the vibes are immaculate.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, May 25th, 2021, and this is episode 82 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and welcome to the show where we laugh our smart asses off at dumb asses, especially the drooling idiot currently occupying the White House.
Ooh, you better hope that doesn't get to him.
Why? What's he gonna do?
If
Take away my hamburger meat?
Well, I mean,
tax my mileage when I'm driving my car?
I'm just saying, unless you want to get run over by a truck, he hasn't...
Come on. I know he's got a goon squad and all that. That's pretty freaking ridiculous and random.
No, it's not random. You might not have seen it. Biden literally threatened to run a reporter over with a truck.
What?
Yeah, he was test driving this horrible new electric truck, this Ford truck or whatever. It was one of his angry dementia moments.
Okay, I gotta say, there's a lot to unpack there. We're not even 30 seconds into the show, and you're already telling me that they let this man behind the wheel of a motor vehicle in front of the press.
Yeah.
He can't even walk up the stairs without falling on his stupid face.
Look, he can't even get out of the shower without breaking an ankle.
Well, let's give him some slack there. It's difficult to get out of the shower and rape your dog at the same time.
That can get slippery, the KY and the soap and the water. But all right, we're losing the point.
Yeah.
So this sitting president of the United States, he basically threatened to kill a reporter because she asked him a slightly less than fawning question. So he was up in Michigan. How he can show his face there, I have no fucking idea. But he was up in Michigan at some racetrack. He was trying to shill for this new electric Ford pickup.
Does that sound like a waste of time and resources or what?
Look, Elon Musk already figured out the electric car thing. If you want one, he made like an electric truck. It looks like it came from a video game from 1980. Right. But like this Ford pickup, it's like some electric F-150.
What does that have to do with
$90,000? Well, he shuts off our oil and gas.
Oh.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with it. But anyway, no idea why they let him out of the basement. No idea why they would choose him to do this. But there's a pool of these reporters, and they're crowded around the truck, and one of them's like, Mr. President, I know we're filleting you right now, but can I ask you a quick question about the war in Israel? And he's like, no, unless you get in front of this car as I hit the gas pedal, and then he just drives off.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. You know, I have to say, I mean, why should we get to ask our president about major international wars that we've funded, apparently? Because to be fair, I wouldn't want to answer that question either if I just gave $250,000 to Hamas.
Oh, come on, man. That was for COVID-19.
Oh, COVID-19, what is that code word for a brand of rockets they're developing over there?
Doesn't it sound like it?
It really does.
Like if this past couple of years hadn't happened and somebody told me, oh yeah, Hamas has been firing COVID-19 rockets at Israeli settlements, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds... That makes sense.
You wouldn't have questioned it.
Yeah. But actually, honestly, they could go with it. Like, you know how they name strains of weed after diseases?
They do what now?
They do that. Yeah, they're like, yeah, man, I got that bubonic plague, man. It's going to knock you on your ass.
God,
I got that Ebola virus. It's a one-hit quitter.
Oh, God. It just goes to show people who, I'm sorry, but people who smoke that type of weed really didn't get a good education. Because if you tell me bubonic plague or Ebola virus, I don't know, maybe I just spent too much time on WebMD, but I'm like repulsed.
No, it's like a challenge. I actually saw something the other day. It was on MeWe.
Yeah.
It was a meme, I thought, but apparently this is a real thing in California or one of these states that has the legal weed. So there's a strain that they're doing at the dispensaries. It's called Sleepy Joe, and it's got a picture of Biden on the packet of weed. He's just like, oh. It's like, yo, it'll make you retarded like the president, dog.
Now, see, that I like. That's a good one. And may I make a suggestion now that I know this is a thing?
What's that?
Anthrax strain.
Anthrax.
One hit and you're out.
You're fucking dead. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they don't blow blunts over in the Gaza Strip. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't particularly want to go over there.
I mean, they're all about the hookah. Who knows what they're putting in that thing?
I mean, they could, but they might as well name some missiles after COVID, Like, take that, you filthy Jew. It's that swine flu, you bitch.
Okay, you know what? Moving on. Still just can't get over the idea of this guy test driving cars. What did you say, at a racetrack?
Yes, Joe Biden's test driving cars.
I'm pretty sure that's not in the presidential job description.
Honestly, it's the one thing he's cut out for.
What?
Well, you ever hear of a crash test dummy?
Honestly, I could picture that completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even bet this was Kamala's idea.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
They probably had him test one of those defective Explorers right after. They're like, oh, we still got some of those in the back. The engine catches on fire, it flips over, and then all you hear is some ugly hooker cackling like a hyena in the background. I'm like, finally, it's done.
Oh, my God.
And then he just walks out like, oh, come on, man, why'd the car blow up? She's like, really? I just picture nothing would kill this fucking guy.
I have to imagine you're right. Because he's not a real guy. He's like a hologram.
Joke's on you, Kamala. Joke's on you. But the funniest thing is, like, we're giving them credit for something that they didn't actually do. So he wasn't even driving the fucking car.
What?
The whole thing was staged.
I'm sorry. How the fuck do you stage a test drive?
How do you stage a presidency?
Okay,
how do you stage an election? No, there's a whole, like, Zapruder film of it. Like, Gateway Pundit, if you haven't seen it, they did a whole angle of it. There's a second steering wheel. So, like, there's a steering wheel on the passenger side. I don't know if this is standard. I don't think it's standard on this electric Ford 150 coal-burning shitty vehicle.
So he was basically just like in one of those little Tykes cars while someone else was driving.
Yeah, more or less.
Nice.
I mean, I don't think he realized it. I mean, he's a moron. The man has a puddle of diuretic dog shit where his brain used to be. Like, I'm pretty sure you can pull the unplugged Nintendo controller trick on him. And because when he was supposedly driving this car, there was what do they call the Secret Service guy?
Yeah.
That's who was driving. The guy sitting next to him. Like, I mean, it's, like when mom says you gotta let your little brother play the video game.
Yeah.
You could do that to Joe Biden, and he'd just be like, "Oh man, I'm kicking ass, man." Look at that Mario. Look at that little Italian guy.
Yeah, well, it's all fun and games until Mom catches on. You have to actually plug the controller in. If you do that, you're never getting out the damn first level.
Yeah, Mario better get used to falling off those cliffs. He'll look like the fucking economy.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, we're not here to talk about video games, though we are streaming on Twitch, along with Gab TV, YouTube, DLive, and of course in podcast form at hamimediagroup.podbean.com.
Nice segue.
Thank you.
Like that. So yeah, we've got another fun show for you tonight. We've got low tea house reps, ground meat as a weapon, environmentalist idiocy, and we've got the story of the worst name to ever use on a Zoom call.
I'm excited. Yeah. If you guys want to join in on this action, give us a call to our hotline. It's 813-906-9099. Email us at thewaronmorons@gmail.com or hit us up on MeWe, Gab, or Facebook. Leave us a comment in the chat.
And if you want to support the show, or fuck that, if you just want to piss off the weirdos and leftists and morons in your town, go to our online shop and get one of our new t-shirts, just like this one here.
Don't shed on me.
Yes, very, very handy if you're going to go out in public. There's a lot of these creepy vaccine zombies around.
You don't want them anywhere near you or your children. So check the link in the description and check out the selection. But first,
the Stack of Stupidity. All right, so I'll start things off with our frequent and well-deserved punching bag, the American Mangala himself, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's found the solution to his rapidly deteriorating reputation in the light of his role as the funder, founder, and #1 peddler of the pandemic. He's declared that COVID-19 has proven that America is racist.
And what does that have to do with his crimes against humanity?
Well, it's their go-to these days. So according to Dr. Fauci, America is a fundamentally racist country because, by his logic, because we fell prey to a worldwide virus.
That he created specifically for that purpose, it would seem.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really follow the logic. But this fear...
I follow the logic, exactly.
Okay.
This is like in those cartoons when, Bugs Bunny would say, "Oh, look! Over there!" And Elmer Fudd would go, "Huh?" And then Bugs Bunny would run away. That's basically what he's doing right now.
And in this scenario, we're Elmer Fudd.
Yes, the American people are Dr. Fudd. He's claiming racism, and we're all going, "Whoop!" And Dr. Fauci is like running away, never to be seen again.
Has Fauci looked in the mirror? He's like he's like Elmer Fudd with a stethoscope around his neck. I call him a fear-mongering dwarf.
Yeah, well, that's a good one.
But yeah, he's reaching for the race card. Honestly, he doesn't have any cards left.
That's true.
So he made a commencement speech or something like that at Emory University last week, where he claimed that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are more susceptible to the virus.
That does sound like it would be the fault of America, the country, and certainly not the person whose lab the virus was created in.
Right, in China.
Right, so does that mean he's admitting he's a racist?
Maybe he should have said something about those giant BLM protests and the hundreds of thousands of people crowding over the Mexican border. If you're going to be talking about the blacks and the brown people, you kind of had a few opportunities there to maybe stop the spread, buddy.
Oh, Jesus.
Instead, he was trying to shut everybody's small businesses down and, ruin our economy. What do you know? What do you know?
What do you freaking know?
How ironic would it be, though, if they slapped this little shit with a hate crime charge? On top of everything else.
I'd honestly like to see him get hit with a lot worse. But continuing on that
maybe
thread,
a giant, a piano. Since we're talking Looney Tunes, right?
yeah, good one. Now, continuing on that thread, actually, a PBS News reporter, if we can call them that, from the White House press pool, put herself in the headlines last week when she urged Press Secretary Jen Psaki to end the CDC's new guidance on dropping the face mask recommendation because, you guessed it, it puts people of color at risk.
That's a lot of words for her to say that she's a fucking idiot.
It is. And the best part of this is that she's a woman of color.
Okay.
And she's not wearing a mask when she asks the question.
Does she think that she needs the CDC's permission to put a mask on her face? Like, is she like, oh my God, I'm so scared to go outside. There's so many COVIDs in the air. But the CDC said that masks aren't necessary anymore, so I have no protection.
I mean, yeah, I can't even figure out, like...
I've seen this lady's face, and nobody in the room is going to complain if she wants to cover that grill. Jeez, she looks like a Cabbage Patch doll.
Oh my God. Not to mention, I mean, she's got the brains of a cabbage, too. I mean, why does she think Jen Psaki has anything to do with setting the CDC's policies?
I mean, no wonder PBS has to beg for donations all the time. Like, who would go to these people for information?
For real. I mean, do you actually, you know what? Do you even want to hear her reasoning?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, if we're listening to people from PBS, can we at least, like, make it entertaining? Like, why don't you bring Elmo out there? Have Elmo come out there for the virus.
Hello, it's Elmo time. I tell you what Dr. Fauci's thinking, okay?
They did that already.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, yeah. So.
And here we are trying to take them seriously. Jesus Christ. Anyway, from one unscientific moron to another, MSNBC host from Morning Joe, Mika Brzezinski. Before we get into it, Morning Joe, I don't know if you've seen this. The guy, the main host, Joe Scarborough, I think they're married or whatever. This guy went on the funniest rant I've ever seen.
Really?
He's like, and their show comes on at like, I don't know, it comes on like before the sun comes up. It's on like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, some bullshit like that. Nobody watches this shit.
Sure.
But he goes on this rant because he's so mad about the Arizona audit. Like, they're panicking. They're freaking out. He's just like, how dare you ever question, you don't like how election ends up. Why don't you leave the country? If you don't love it, we'll replace you with immigrants. Oh, I tell you, oh, let it stand in the light. And it goes on for like 10 minutes. He's yelling.
I love it. I love it. The left has found their own Alex Jones.
Yeah. I mean, they peddle in conspiracy theories and they yell and scream at inappropriate times. Unfortunately, they're always lying and wrong.
Right.
At least Alex Jones tells the truth. Like, I mean, he used to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him talk about the Satan-worshipping, reptile creatures lately. Weird world. Anyway, I got off on a whole weird tangent there because I saw that we had Mika Brzezinski in the stack, but she's mad at the CDC too because they're relaxing the and let's just call it what it is. It's a year-long useless grip around America's throat. So she went on Morning Joe last week and she said that in order to follow the science, you need to follow her lead and ignore what the CDC says and still wear the mask, despite being vaccinated.
This sounds like a classic case of Stockholm Syndrome, and once again it goes to show that these people don't really believe in these vaccines, do they?
Apparently not. Apparently not. I mean, we've covered this ad nauseum, but I mean, real world science doesn't believe in the masks either, and never has.
Right.
Yeah, but who am I to ruin a permanent fashion statement, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you do realize that they're never going to stop wearing them.
Never.
I mean, now they've become like a part of your identity. People wear them in their Facebook selfies for their profile pictures.
And thank God for that.
Oh, that's true.
I mean...
How would people know what your favorite TV show or social justice cause is if you didn't have the logo over your mask?
I mean, honestly, though, I mean, if these liberal broads want to wear these useless masks forever, like, I'm more than good with that. Like, I'm happy that Mika Brzezinski wants to wear the mask. I'm happy that David Hogg wants to. I'm really happy that AOC wants to cover that horse face. I mean, they're all hideous. Half of them are fucking trannies. I mean... At least the mask hides the 5 o'clock shadow.
I actually saw that trending on Twitter. All the liberals on there are saying, you can have my mask when you pry it off my cold, dead face.
Like Charleston Heston? Like the NRA?
Yeah, they're all saying it. It's like the latest NPC download.
I mean, nobody ever said they were original.
Yeah, nobody ever said they had to take their masks off. I mean... You can go shopping in a full-body hazmat suit for all I care. Just don't go forcing that shit on anybody else.
Yeah, that's a science. Worship the mask, worship the vaccine. They're even getting tattoos of the vaccine. Have you seen this?
No!
Yeah, that's, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. So the same people that you can't pry the mask off their dead face or whatever they said, they're also going and getting tattoos that say, like, Johnson & Johnson, April 23rd, 2021. And, like, they're getting, like, their vaccine card, like, their vaccine passport card or whatever, tattooed permanently on their arm. Like, they might as well get a fucking tattoo on their forehead that says, like, I am a fucking moron.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, I'm starting to see a trend. Like, your whole body is becoming, like, a propaganda space. So, like, you've got the mask, which has some propaganda on it. Get a nice forehead tattoo with a propaganda on it. Cover up your arm with a bunch of badges showing that you're on the right side of politics. That way everybody knows who they're dealing with. That's not creepy and weird at all.
Whatever happened to putting a Bernie bumper sticker, a coexist bumper sticker on your fucking Prius, you know?
Yeah, I used to make fun of that, but honestly now it's looking pretty mild.
I guess they're getting rid of their cars. Maybe they can't afford them anymore because they've been afraid to leave their house for a year.
True. Listen. Before we get too off track here, we got to be careful. You can't go bringing up that CDC-approved science up pretty much anywhere, but especially not on the House floor. So despite the new guidelines, and despite getting caught maskless herself at a crowded White House party last week, Speaker Nancy Pelosi is continuing to impose mask rules on members of Congress and is threatening those who refuse with fines of up to $2,500, or in other words, about half an hour's pay.
I mean, honestly, there's another one that can wear the mask forever. I'd pay $2,500 to never see Nancy Pelosi's face again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, can you blame her? I mean, that drunk bitch, she's been looking for a way to cover up the booze on her breath for 30 years. Like, she's like, I tried vodka, but they somehow, I heard it didn't have a smell.
I tried peanuts, but everybody caught on.
She's not going to let this one go without a fight. She's going to just keep that thing always on her face.
Absolutely. And you know what?
Yeah.
Her allies aren't going to give it up either, as one staffer for Georgia Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene found out when he approached Eric Stilwell and said, "Hey, Biden says you don't have to wear your mask anymore." Mr. Fang Fang responded by getting in his face and shrieking hysterically that, "You don't tell me what to do!"
No, that's their thing, isn't it?
Ironic, isn't it? You know, I don't think we can stress enough that the man here who is screaming like a frightened child at an intern, almost as if he was saying, "You're not my mommy," is best known for having an affair with a Chinese communist spy.
That and farting live on C-SPAN. Loud enough to measure on the Richter scale. I've got to say,
Never forget.
I got to say, at MTG, like I follow her on Gab and everything. Like, she is fucking with these people on a pretty regular basis. Like, they're literally, it's like watching something from Salute Your Shorts or something. Like, she's got her staffers like going around like literally fucking with these people. Like, they go up to AOC's office all the time. She's like, "AOC, I'm outside your office, girl. Come on out. You want to have a fight?" And they're just like, "We're going to get her. We know you're in there." And they got, like, the cameras pressed up into the wall.
This sounds like the funnest job in politics ever. How do I get on this staff with Taylor Greene?
It's like being in Jackass.
Right.
And fucking, what was it? What was Bam's uncle?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, man, the big fat Italian guy, and he was always just fucking with them all the time. That's what she's doing to, like, AOC, Nancy Pelosi, and apparently Swalwell. Like, I mean, at some point, one of these people is going to, like, take a swing at her, and then she's going to shoot them.
Love it. Gotta love it.
And it'll be self-defense. Anyway, one more story in the mask-off block. So, up in Michigan, Governor Whitmer,
do we still have to call her Governor Whitmer? Can we just call her, like, the Wicked Witch of Michigan or something?
Yeah, the wild-eyed witch. I mean, honestly, like, she needs to wear a mask, like, that covers more.
Yeah. You know
she needs to wear, like, one of those burqas.
No, you know
they're popular in Michigan.
You know what would be a really good look for her, to complete her whole, like, evil queen ensemble that she's got going on?
What's that?
Eye patch. Just imagine if she had one of those crazy eyes out and the other one under an eye patch, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, what did she do to lose that eye?
This bitch is crazy and evil.
she stepped up to MTG and she lived. But actually, she's actually doing something. It's weird to say this, but she actually did something right. So, she decided to lift Michigan's mask mandate. So good news, Michiganders. If she hasn't already killed you by shoving you in a disease-ridden nursing home, or, had somebody shove a tube down your throat while you're there, or killed you by putting you out of work and shutting down your business, your recreation, and your health care, and driven you to suicide and drug overdose, well, you're finally allowed to breathe that fresh-ish Midwestern air again. At least you'd think that'd be good news, right?
Oh, God, how could they possibly fuck this one up?
Well,
it seems so simple, but let me guess. It's either one of two things, right? It's either racist, or they're all thinking that they're going to die.
Yeah, it's that. Great. We talk about Stockholm Syndrome. They're going to have to rename it, like, East Lansing Syndrome or something like. So Detroiters have, of course, subsisted on crack rocks and burners since 1985. And God only knows what's in the water in Flint. And
not to mention the fumes from all the factories up there.
Yeah, the ones that are still operating.
No, that's true.
But these people are worried about breathing the fucking air. Like they're literally freaking out because she said that they don't have to cover their faces with a piece of fabric anymore. Like every Michigan leftist on Twitter is losing their minds. They're saying things like, and this is a direct quote, "Welp, let me go back to never leaving my house again.
Thank God."
And good night and good luck.
Goodbye forever. These are the same people who were all predicting the entire state of Texas to die a couple months ago, and yet cases down there are at an all-time low, but, trust the science.
Yeah, Texas hit 0 deaths the other day. Yeah. I didn't see that getting much coverage.
Oh, no, yeah. Of course not. I mean, look, same thing, different state. They've been predicting everyone in Florida is going to die for over a year now. We all know that didn't fucking happen.
Like, it's almost like they watch a steady stream of panicked lies masquerading as news. And that they have, like, the attention span of a 6-month-old.
It's no wonder half the state moved to fucking Florida.
We're sorry, Florida.
We are. We're sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of this shit. We're getting our first call of the day. I think this is a Texas number.
All right. Got this one?
Why not? All right. Hello, area code 214. You're on with the War on Morons. State your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is LueEllen in Plano, Texas. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, LueEllen. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing just peachy, with all these, states opening back up and, travel getting back to normal. I figured, I'm sick of it. I'm from Texas. We're the land of the free. And so, I figured I'd just, use my freedom to, get a much needed getaway. So I've been enjoying it.
Haven't you guys been open for a while? I think, I remember everybody was talking about the news like in March or something like that.
Oh, yeah. We're not with the bullshit here in Texas, okay? So, we just, doing our own thing. And, I figured, I've been telling LueEllen, she cooled down a little bit off of the Thanksgiving fiasco. And so I've been telling her I'm going to come up there and bond with my niece and nephew. And, she keeps telling me not to come and I'm not welcome in her home and stay away from her children and all that nonsense. But,
just in case people don't know who you're talking about. So you've got a sister that lives where?
My sister, LueEllen. She lives in Denver, Colorado.
Okay. And, so give us the rundown. So what do you go and pay her a visit or something with everything opening up?
Oh, yeah. Well, I told her I was going to come bond with my niece and nephew, and she, she was against it. But, that's LueEllen for you. She moved up to, Denver because she's a bit of a pussy willow, if you know what I mean. And so, I went ahead and I flew up there anyway, nothing's going to stop me, Texas is wide open, so we can go wherever, whenever. So I flew up to Denver and I grabbed some children out of school because we're twins, so they just thought I was her. And I took them to Wishy-Washy water park up there. It was pretty fun.
Okay. A lot of stuff going on there, but I'll skip the kidnapping and get to the fun. You went, what do you say, wishy-washy, what?
Yeah, Wishy-Washy Water Park. I think it's the stupidest name in the world. I mean, what are they telling you? It's an okay water park. It's kind of good water park. I just don't know, but the kids wanted to go there. They were pretty excited. It's warming up there in Colorado, so they're Texans through and through. I know that my sister had them up in Colorado, but by God, if they are not part of our family, I mean, those kids were rip-roaring ready to go. They want to have some goddamn fun. So who am I to deny them? Their whole childhood's been spent with my psychotic sister, locking them up and teaching them about, the birds and the bees and the men who are women and all that nonsense. Figure they should just have some fun for a day.
All right, I'm for it. So, How did everything go at the water park? I mean, are they back to normal in Colorado, or?
Oh, they tried to pull their bullshit, but I taught the kids how we handle that in our family. We're from Texas, and so these people, we pull up to the water park, we buy our tickets, and they're trying to tell us, something about masks. I don't know what they were trying to say, and I said, listen here, bud, I'm from Texas, and me and my kids, we're not going to be wearing no goddamn masks because we're freedom-loving Americans, okay? And the mask and the virus is a hoax, and everybody knows it, and, you just better back off. And so then they tried to go, oh, no, that's not what we were saying, we were just trying to, and I said, I don't care what you were trying to do, okay? I got my gun, and I'm willing to use it, okay? So don't you step to me, because I'm done with this shit. And then they said, oh, well, so sorry, but, no guns are allowed in the water park. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'll hand it over to you. Let me just get you my bullets first. And then they all went running and screaming. So, anyways, we got into the water park for free.
You threatened to shoot the people at the water park.
They were trying to take away my liberty. What would our founding fathers have done? What would they have done to the Alamo?
That's a great question. I never thought of it that way.
That's what my niece and nephew said too. But now they learned a valuable lesson that day. I'm glad that those masked Nazi wearing liberals took a stand, because my niece and nephew will never be the same.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't. Yeah, from Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett to Eric and Dylan.
Anyway, it was a pretty good time. LueEllen lost her shit. It was hilarious. And, all in all, it was a great trip.
I'm surprised you're not in prison, but good job.
Well, I got friends in low places and high places. So, we make it work. We make it work.
All right, LueEllen. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
So she went all the way to Colorado just to commit felonies?
Most of the people from the blue states are heading in mass exodus to the red states for their freedoms. I actually have to say I support LueEllen on this one. Take a little bit of Texas to the blue states. Show them that they should stay in their crazy holes right where they are situated. They should not be going to Texas. They can't handle it.
If you go south, this is what is waiting for you.
That's right.
Like this is just a Texan that's willing to make the drive up there.
Right.
Like, can you imagine the people that would never even venture into Colorado?
For real.
Jesus
Let that be
Christ.
a warning to you, Californians.
Anyway, let's just move on.
All right. Well, that's enough talk about death and disease for one show. Let's talk about something fun.
Yes.
Like this headline. Man lets beef rot for months to get drunk in high meat craze.
What Like, seriously, what?
Oh, you haven't heard about the latest trend in Gen Z drug use, have you?
I kind of really wish that I wasn't about to. This is, I mean, I thought that licking toads was weird and gross, but...
Buckle up, because they're eating rotten meat to get high on it now. That's what the kids are doing.
It's not getting high, that's food poisoning.
Oh, listen
morons.
up, Boomer. Don't be so freaking skeptical, okay? Let me just read from this article for you. Science. Daniel Larson, 27, is part of the high meat movement, which, despite the obvious risks, seems to be gaining traction online. Larson says that he is never bothered by the smell of expired meat, saying that eating it gives the same effect as drinking 2 or 3 beers.
And what effect is that? It's going to make him throw up? Or?
You know, I've drank a few too many beers before and maybe eaten something off a food truck that was a little questionable. But this is just ridiculous. He even says, in the beginning, I was a bit skeptical, but my friend has been doing it for over a year.
He's been eating rotten meat for over a year,
apparently.
And he's still alive. I love
how they're like, this is the equivalent of drinking 2 to 3 beers. Why don't you just drink 2 to 3 beers? How many beers can you handle?
I mean, maybe, obviously you're not drinking enough beer.
Clearly.
You're like,
have you even heard of vodka?
You're like, yeah, I kind of got like a light buzz. I felt a little bit queasy.
Doesn't seem worth it.
Maybe try drinking more beers. You're like, wow, this is even better than eating rotten meat. Like, I actually got a good buzz on, and I didn't puke.
Like, if he said it has the same effect of eating heroin with, or taking
Well, it
heroin.
does if you eat enough of it.
You know what I mean? Like, at least there'd be some,
what the fuck is wrong with these people? And I thought that they didn't like meat, and now they're so inconsistent.
No. This is very consistent because all the only meat that the left wants you to eat is ethical meat, i.e., roadkill. So this is right on brand. And the article continues, actually, if you'll
wonderful.
Humor me here. Quote, I thought that since my friend didn't get sick, there was enough empirical evidence to say that I wouldn't get sick.
That's not evidence. He just lied to you, man. He didn't want to admit that he was like, yeah, I ate this fucking rotten meat that was stinking up my fridge for the last 3 weeks.
It's like my strange addiction, the people who eat couch cushions and shit.
Oh my god.
Then I tried it, and it actually felt pretty good. The first night I tried it, I had some interesting dreams, more vivid and rather odd.
I'm having some dreams right now. Have you ever heard of vitamin B6? Fun fact, that'll give you vivid dreams too, and you don't have to eat maggot-infested, rotting flesh to extract it.
I never thought I'd say this. But for some people, weed is the answer. Rotting meat is never the answer. Maybe just go smoke a blunt and stay the hell away from the rest of us, you big freak.
Yeah, clearly. I can't talk about this anymore. But since we're talking about alternate uses for meat, let's go to Euclid, Ohio, where a woman ran into a rival while grocery shopping at Walmart, and she proceeded to beat the other woman down with a 10-pound log of ground beef.
Oh my God! Honestly, I have to say I'm relieved, because when you said alternative uses for meat, I was very concerned that we were going to be going the birth control route.
Oh God!
And so I'm happy that it was just a 10-pound log of meat as a weapon. Although I have to say, clearly she's not the brightest tool in the shed here. Out of everything on hand in a Walmart grocery aisle, that's what you go with?
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen the people at Walmart. I mean, they're not exactly master battle tacticians.
Was it at least frozen? Because if it wasn't frozen, I really don't see this working out very well. It's like hitting somebody with a large baby.
Yeah, but it's really funny. Just picture it.
It is hilarious.
I mean, honestly, this reminds me of the Booker T Stone Cold fight. And that's all I have to say. Anybody listening right now on Hami Media Group, they're like, oh yeah, I remember.
What was it?
The Supermarket Showdown. The best wrestling match of all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who knew? Life imitates pro wrestling, folks. Maybe we should all get Longhorn Flanagan.
I mean, maybe we should. If you haven't seen it, look it up. They kick each other's asses all through a grocery store. Stone Cold's like he's hitting him with the price check gun.
Oh,
he's like, I need a price check on Jackass. It was awesome. Anyway, let's go back to this story. So the story is that the one chick had a protection order out on the other one.
Seemingly for good reason.
Yeah. I guess they used to be college roommates or something like that. But they run into each other at Walmart. And they just can't help themselves. It's just like, it's over. So they're still wearing their COVID face mask. They pull down their face masks. They start hawking loogies at each other.
Jesus, what the hell went down between these two? I need the backstory. It sounds like what happens when our cat sees another cat out the window, and it's just like an animal thing. They start hissing and batting at each other. What the hell?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Is that way? Grown-ups with kids?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the Cleveland area,
yeah.
So then the one she's gonna start. She's like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and I'm gonna beat your child's ass, because she's got like a 7-year-old kid with her.
Good
and then yada yada yada, 10-pound meat log in the fucking face.
I have to say, maybe they should have just let that beef rot and gotten a nice buzz together. Could have been healing, like ayahuasca in a way.
I love that. They should have let the beef rot.
They should have let the beef rot.
Oh my god! At this rate, they're gonna ban meat. They're gonna ban meat, and honestly, it's gonna be for a good fucking reason. between these idiots getting high off of it and the Supermarket Showdown.
Oh my
Jesus
god!
Christ.
It's funny you should mention that actually, because in our next story, we've got someone who'd probably be on board with a meat ban. They're a climate activist.
Oh boy.
So a 20-year-old protester in the Czech Republic decided to bring attention to the dangers of climate change by applying a massive quantity of superglue to her hand and sticking it to a major roadway so she could block traffic.
And people say that they're mentally ill. Come on.
Oh, please. I got to say, though, as you can probably guess, it didn't work out all that well for her.
Okay, let me guess. Well, actually, let me just say what I want to happen.
Okay.
So, hopefully, she got run over by a Prius.
Huh.
That would be peak irony.
That would be ironic, although I have to say, I think it would be more ironic if she got hit by a semi-truck, and then wild animals came and got high off her rotting body flesh.
I'd like that, too. or if Moron Joe Biden, because he's just driving that electric truck. I mean, it's got a lot of gas in it.
No.
It's got a lot of gas. Maybe he could make it there from Michigan. I don't know what he's going to do about the Atlantic. He'll figure out. He's a smart guy. And then he just keeps driving. He just keeps driving. He sees somebody in the road. He just keeps driving right over.
Oh, I love it.
Looks just like that reporter to him.
Unfortunately, none of these fantastic scenarios occurred, but she did get glued to the road so badly that police, paramedics, and firefighters had to rush to the scene to peel her off.
They needed police, paramedics, and firefighters?
Apparently.
Was this in Czech Republic or was it in Poland? This doesn't exactly seem carbon neutral. I mean,
no, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. What is it with these idiots always blocking the roads? Like, not exactly the best way to win people over to your cause. I mean, if I'm sitting in a goddamn traffic jam because a bunch of jackasses are holding up protest signs and decide to glue themselves to the highway, I am immediately against whatever it says on their fucking signs.
I mean, maybe it's their way to kind of like hold us hostage. Like look here, man. As soon as you people stop using fuel and electricity and meat and exhaling, we'll let you pass.
Yeah, somehow that's not exactly helping.
Doesn't win you over?
They're like Buffalo Bill, and we're all stuck in the hole, and they're like, it puts the lotion on the skin, and we're like, no!
No lotion. No. Anyway, speaking of enviro lunacy, Nickelodeon is, a wonderful kids' TV network. They're now indoctrinating children about something called environmental racism.
Do you remember when Nickelodeon was about a cat and a dog that somehow got human centipeded together?
Yeah, that was a much better time. But, now that I think of it, that's really racist, and it's, practically Nazis.
What?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think like these idiots. But yeah, the everything is racist morons. They've taken over Nick.
Yeah, well, I can't say I'm terribly surprised. I mean, I remember one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon was Kablam, but now that I look back on it as a mature adult, I realize that was a show hosted by a cartoon guy and girl who looked like a boy, and one of them had blue hair and one of them had green hair. So that should have been a clue.
They were priming you for it already.
Yeah, they were.
I remember they had one where there was a guy, it was called Stick Stickly. You remember that?
Yeah,
he was just a stick and he could talk or something like that.
How dare they impose a gender on a stick?
Oh,
They've really come a long way.
Oh, and Pete and Pete, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that show would do well in this current climate.
I think what would really do well in this current climate is Alex Mack, because, she's like, I'm not a girl. I'm a genderless pile of goo. That's like their ultimate goal. Yes.
You know, they don't want to be a boy, they want to be a girl. Genderless pile of goo.
Yep. Goo.
I can't even say the word goo. Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to this stupid story. So they produce something called Nick News now, which is really fun, really, I'm a little kid.
Doesn't sit down and say, I want to watch the news.
Yeah, pour me some Twix and some nice sugar cereal and just let me sit down and watch CNN Junior. That's Jesus. So like I said, I watched this segment because I'm really curious what the fuck environmental racism. Like, how's the environment racist? Well, they'll tell you. So apparently, pollution, smog, acid rain, these are all racist because there's more minorities living in the cities, and all the cities are polluted.
Huh, okay, so that seems like an interesting way to say that it's their fault. Because you know who else lives in cities? It's liberals. They're pretty much in charge of every major city in the world.
Yeah, so they're in charge of things.
Racist for pumping out all these toxic waste on their constituents?
I'm pretty sure that they didn't answer that aspect of it. That would have been pretty good if they just flipped it.
Yeah.
And they were like, and by the way, have you noticed that there's pogroms happening in New York and Los Angeles? 80% of Jews voted for Joe Biden.
You know what?
And then they just get super based. And they're like, now it's face. I'm now based face.
Oh, because he's Orange Man?
Yeah, he's the new Orange Man.
Love it.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's just move on.
All right.
All the Nick references I've got today.
Fair enough. Well, since you are talking about basically communist propaganda for children, guess who's back in the news?
Let's see, communists. That doesn't really narrow it down these days. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yes.
They've taken over our society and our entire world.
Fair point.
Yeah, no idea.
It's a fair point. So I'm actually talking about former pro football player and current anti-police Nike millionaire Colin Kaepernick.
What the fuck is he in the news for?
Oh, well, he didn't do anything, but his supporters are up in arms because Tim Tebow just signed a contract to return to the NFL.
All right, so, I mean, there's 3,000 players in the NFL.
Sure.
These are probably the same people that are saying it was racist for Tom Brady to play in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Remember that?
Indubitably.
Yeah, he should have given his job up to the BLM guy who dropped out of the league because he sucked and he couldn't complete a pass.
Well, pretty much. I mean, Twitter just blew up about the Tebow thing. They were all saying he only got a contract because of white privilege.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of white privilege, I do think of the National Football League. I mean, do they even have any black players?
Please.
Does the NFL think that Black Lives Matter?
It's a thinker.
I mean, it's really hard when they've got it painted on the field. Let's see, all the players are kneeling on that field, by the way. They're literally playing the Black National Anthem before the games. They've got criminals' names sewed on the freaking jerseys.
To be fair, those aren't just criminals' names. Those are also the players' names. You've got to be able to tell them apart.
I was talking about the names on the back of the jerseys, but yeah, good point. But yeah, no, I heard about this story. Like, I don't even watch the NFL anymore because they're so goddamn political. But I mean, like, Tebow didn't get like a big glory contract. He's trying out to be a tight end on like the worst team in the league because his old college coach took over as a coach there. And, like,
it sounds like his old college coach is a big fat racist.
I mean, he's probably in the KKK. Like, I mean, if Kaepernick wanted to play football, like, I guarantee the woke-tard NFL, they would fire Tom Brady tomorrow.
Absolutely.
They would make Colin Kaepernick the starting quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, he would be the worst player in the league, and they would probably buy just his like position on the team be the worst team in the league.
Absolutely.
But they would rig all the games to make sure they go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Because they would bend over so far for this fucking guy.
They would invent new plays. You know how they throw flags on the plays?
Yeah.
You know, there would be a flag for white privilege.
Just like an automatic, 30-yard penalty.
Anytime a white player gets an offensive move on Colin Kaepernick's team, it's like, white privilege.
Lynching, attempted lynching on the Giants.
Hate crime.
Hate crime. Automatic touchdown to the Buccaneers. But Kaepernick doesn't want to play. He just wants to be a victim. Like, he literally, like, his contract with Nike is $100 million.
It pays better to be a victim for him.
Yeah. So you can make those Nike commercials. Like, Nike has slave labor camps. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about slavery. Meanwhile, Tim Tebow, Tim Tebow, I don't know what his contract's going to be. I guarantee he's going to spend, every penny of disposable income volunteering in Africa.
Well, that is what those people do. Missionaries.
He literally does. Who cares about Black lives? I think it's Tim Tebow.
Okay.
Not the guy in the Party City afro.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, we got a call coming in, so.
All right, I guess I'll
take this one.
Yeah, I'll take this one. All right. Hello, area code 702. You're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's me. It's Vinny V, baby. Call it. Oh, give me that phone. Bitch, you ain't talking. Hey, what's going on, baby? It's Ray Robinson, Las Vegas. Come from Las Vegas, baby.
Hi.
What's good?
Ray, what happened to Vinny?
Vinny V, he ain't. Come on now. He ain't allowed to call up on the phone. He ain't supposed to be talking by himself, you know? You know what I'm saying?
No, not
He's
really.
Oh, hold on. Vinny, go fetch me a coffee, bitch.
Whoa.
I'm thirsty. Yeah. Well, you know how it is, down at the we got this new show on the FNN at the network. It's the Ray Robinson show. And Vinny B works for me. So I don't know why he's trying to call you. He's listening to your show. I guess you probably want to talk about that last story. You're talking about the Tim Tebow and the Colin Kaepernick. Because we talk sports. We got a sports talk show, but he ain't on the air. He ain't on air personality. He just kind of works. No, motherfucker, Vinny. How much cream you put in that coffee? I'm sorry, Ray. I mean, I meant to put more. Come on, motherfucker. You put. Hey!
What's going on?
Come on, you threw the coffee on. That's right. You gotta make me another one. I had to throw the coffee on his ass.
Jesus, Ray. I mean, it sounds like you're taking this way too far. You and Vinny worked together for a long time.
Well, look, he works for me. He's my bitch now, because on account of the network, made me, they said I'm in charge because on civil rights, because Vinny V, I don't know if you know Vinny V is white, and he's been being racist for a long time.
Okay.
And so it's time for the black man. I get to have a show, and I get to have an intern, and I get to do what I want. That's what the network said for the equality. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, fine, Ray, but I mean, didn't Vinny V pay for your rehab when you were addicted to crack? I mean, I thought he was a good friend of yours.
Hey, that's a pass. Why you bringing up old shit? Oh, hey, here's your coffee, Ray. What? Ray? What? Ray, sir. That's right. Don't forget it, bitch.
Vinny, coffee, you're in danger.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
well, here's the thing, though. Because on the Ray Robinson show, we talk about the issues, we talk about the sports, and we gonna talk about what you was talking about, how you say Tim Tebow, he's racist. He exploits the black man.
How the hell does he do that? How?
He goes to Africa. He chops off he chops off the foreskins. I bet you didn't know that.
He circumcises children?
That's right. That's right. He goes over there, mutilated genital. Mm-hmm. Because he's a pervert.
I thought that they circumcised children in Africa to prevent the spread of disease.
Oh, so you trying to say just because on account of they in Africa they got AIDS, huh?
No, I'm just saying.
That ain't right. Vinny, what you trying to... Vinny, why you sitting down? Why you sitting down, bitch? Get up.
Ray, I'm not going to have you call into my show and just abuse people on air. It's pretty distasteful.
I don't know if you ever heard there's this thing called slavery. Well, my people was a slave for a long time.
Really?
For
You were
400 years. That's right. So, and it's Vinny V's fault. So I didn't used to know that, but then the network they pulled us into a meeting, and they told us all about it. And now I understand, and that's why, motherfucker. Yeah, hold on, I gotta take care of this motherfucker. Hey, oh shit, don't beat me again, Ray, don't beat me.
Oh my God!
You slave ass motherfucker. Oh.
Jesus.
Anyway, listen to the Ray Robinson show on FNN Friday nights. Talking sports, talking jive.
Don't think I will. Goodbye, Ray. I mean, what was that even all about? Damn.
Well, I mean, I guess he was trying to plug the Ray Robinson show.
Fuck, man. Never thought I'd feel bad for Vinny V, but here we fucking are.
He's like, go get my fucking shine box or whatever. Oh my God! Why didn't he just quit? I would just quit. I guess he's under contract.
Yeah, I guess so.
What a great deal. Anyway, speaking of contracts, we've got a commercial this week. So
oh boy!
Roll tape.
Hello, fellow citizens. Captain Hollywood here. You probably know me as the leader of the West Coast Gang of Good Persons, where I tirelessly defend your rights to place your face under the government's boot in the name of equity, equality, and racial justice. But in times like these, there's only so much one woman can do with a nightstick and a superhero team. That's why this fall, in order to save our state, you have no choice but to vote for me in the California gubernatorial recall election. If you give me your vote, I vow to use my power to crush free speech, force vaccinate your neighbors, confiscate all firearms, and put anti-maskers where they belong, on death row. And if you don't give me your vote, well, let's just say I'll find out. So do your part, fellow citizens, and put Hollywood in Sacramento.
Okay, I mean, out of everybody that's thrown their hat in the ring, I mean,
that's what's the scariest.
That's the first one that's threatened to put me on death row if I don't vote for her.
She's basically blackmailing people into voting for her.
You know what we need to do? We need to get all of these lunatics from California. So we've got who's that rock star guy? The Nazi.
Dirk Shocker.
Yeah, Dirk Shocker. He's running a neo-Nazi campaign. That's great.
Excellent.
We've got Dr. Felsmere, the plastic surgeon.
Jesus Christ. He's looking like my favorite so far.
Yeah, I don't even know what his campaign's about, but apparently getting all the ugly people out of the state.
I mean, at this point, that's sounding like the best fucking option. Sorry, ugly people.
Yeah, we've got Pam that wants to confiscate everybody's genitals. And then we've got whatever the fuck this is.
I have an idea. Why don't the people of California rise up, take everybody who's insane enough to run for mayor of California, round them up, put them in prison where they belong, and then pick like the least ambitious, stupidest, most removed, like, find somebody in upstate California living in a cave who knows nothing about modern times and place him as the governor.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that movie Dave.
Yeah.
That'd be better than this.
That'd be much better
than this. But yeah, I want to get all four of these lunatics, and I just want to have like a WOM debate.
No, I don't want to do that. No, why would you say that?
We could fly them all down here too. We could have them all in the same room.
No. Oh, hell no! Hell no!
Oh, we could just do it on Zoom.
Oh God! You know what? Can we get back to the stack? You're scaring me.
All right. Well, speaking of Zoom, remember that lawyer who couldn't turn off the filter when he was in the virtual courtroom a couple months ago?
How could I forget? Cartoon cat lawyer.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm not a cat. I promise."
Yeah. That was great. Well, it's happened again.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What is with this guy? Like, did his grandkids put on the dog filter this time? Maybe they give him antlers.
No. I misspoke. So it wasn't the same guy.
Damn.
Yeah. No. It was basically like the same thing happened again. But this time it was a different guy. This time it was Buttfucker 3000.
What?
Buttfucker 3000.
I'm sorry. Who?
Let me just back up. So, in the latest, and in my opinion, the greatest fail from one of these stupid Zoom courtrooms, some guy in Michigan actually logged in with his username displayed at the bottom of the screen as Buttfucker 3000 instead of, his name.
Just a small misunderstanding there.
Yeah, the best part is...
I'm sure they all laughed it off in court.
Can you imagine you're sitting in the courtroom? Like, picture... every time I hear about one of these, virtual courtrooms or, like office Zoom calls and something bad happens, I just try to picture it happening in real life. I just picture, what if a guy walked into a real courtroom and he had, the name tag on it. So, my name is Buttfucker
3000.
Everybody would just feel like, am I hallucinating? Did I eat a rotten hamburger earlier?
Oh my God.
So the judge actually called him out on it.
Good.
I don't know, I don't know what I would do in this situation if I was the judge. Would I just kind of let it slide, not interrupt everything?
No.
Well, this guy didn't. He's like, hey son, what's your name? Guy's just he doesn't realize what's going on. He's like, oh, it's John Smith or whatever his name was. The judge goes, you mean it's not Buttfucker 3000? I'm just ever so confused because that's what it says on your screen there, son.
Oh my God.
So then he gave him contempt of court. He's like, get out of my courtroom. Think about what you call yourself on the internet.
Please. See, this is why you don't let people borrow your laptop before an important Zoom meeting.
Who was he borrowing a laptop from in this scenario? An anal sex robot?
Is that a thing?
Well, I'm assuming it's a thing. I mean, how else can you explain California being okay with being on lockdown for over a year?
Oh my God.
They've got anal sex robots.
Please. I just have to ask before we move on. What was this guy even in court for anyway?
I mean, I hope it was for some kind of a cyber sodomy related crime. Just to make it a real open and shut case. For
real.
Oh, well, I guess you did it. Guilty as charged.
For real. Now, if you think that last guy had an embarrassing Zoom call, I certainly do. A Canadian member of Parliament wandered in front of his camera completely naked in the middle of a legislative meeting.
Finally, a politician with nothing to hide.
Good one. Now, apparently he's been the butt of a bunch of jokes from his colleagues. One party whip even mentioned the incident as a point of order during the meeting, saying it may be necessary to remind the members, especially the male ones, that a tie and jacket are obligatory, but so are a shirt, boxer shorts, or pants.
What a dick. No, not really, though. That's all. I mean, this motherfucker basically showed up naked on the House floor. Can you imagine if somebody did that in Washington?
Oh, man. Well,
I honestly, I could. MTG's staffers will steal their clothes or something. Even Jerry Nadler will go out there oh, sorry, I can't find my clothes. And she's in the back. We got that motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, if somebody actually did this in Washington, I'm pretty sure that there'd be a little bit more than a little light quip like that.
I mean, honestly, though, it would depend on who they are. I mean, are they Republican or Democrat? Because you're gonna have two different reactions.
Two different. So yeah, like if Ted Cruz walked out naked, I mean, they need to form like
lynch him.
They'd say he lynched them. They'd form like a commission. They'd be like, all right, we got to form a Ted Cruz's Johnson Commission, just so AOC and Rashida Tlaib could go out there and cry about how he literally raped them.
But if Joe Biden wandered away from the bunker naked and walked onto the House floor, everybody would be like, "Hey, Joe, good to see you."
Oh man, is that Armani? And then if it was Nancy Pelosi, I mean, we'd see articles in the Washington Post. They'd be like, "Look, normally we just talk about policy, but did you see Nancy? Like, we're just saying." Playmate of the Year?
Okay,
Playmate of the Year.
Did you really have to put that image in everyone's heads?
Oh.
Did you have to?
Yeah, sorry. Now it's in my head. I didn't really think about it before I said it. Now.
Good luck, Rick.
Jesus Christ.
That's gonna live.
All right. Well, if Nancy ever does wander out there with, a few too many shots in her and her udders flop out, maybe you'll end up like the woman in this next story.
What, scarred for life?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. But here's the headline. So, woman glues her eyes shut after...
What?
Well, I was saying that you would want to glue your eyes shut if you ever saw something.
Okay.
She glues her eyes shut after mistaking nail adhesive for eye drops.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So apparently she nearly lost her vision when she got up in the middle of the night.
Nearly?
Well, yeah, she somehow survived this with her eyesight intact, but she was trying to switch her contacts out. She accidentally grabbed a bottle of nail glue instead of the contact solution or whatever.
How hard is it to switch out your contacts? I mean, like, people do it every damn day.
Well, apparently,
what was she, like, high?
Maybe she, before she went to bed, maybe she had a cheesesteak that had been left out in the sun for a few days.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it says in the article, she was like, "Oh my goodness," as her eyes started to burn and seal shut.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she said, "Oh my goodness."
Who the fuck was this, Maud Flanders?
Honestly, like, who the fuck would say that? I'm pretty sure I'd say something a little bit more severe.
Oh shit, at least.
But yeah, no, she plays her cards right. I mean, this chick could actually parlay her stupidity into some internet fame. I mean, remember the Gorilla Glue girl?
Whatever happened to the good old days of just using $1 million lawsuits to profit off of your stupid mistakes?
I mean, she could do that too, I guess. But I mean, not everybody can figure out TikTok. So, yeah. I don't know. Then they just end up taking all the nail adhesive off the shelves, though. Just because some idiot glues her eyes shut in the middle of the night.
This is going to become the new marketing scheme. Companies are going to pray for this to happen. They're going to say, yes, we have a budget set aside. We'll have to settle for $1.9 million. But we're going to generate $3.5 million in sales.
Just from the TikTok.
Yeah,
and we're like, our glue is so good that, this woman will never see again because she put some in her fucking eyeballs.
They'll, pay influencers on TikTok to fucking, glue their nostrils shut and be like, I can't breathe.
Yeah, it's already a pretty popular hashtag. I think it'll work. But yeah, I mean, it's better than end up in the courtroom, because you end up in the courtroom, they take it off the shelves, they lock it behind security glass. I mean, when was the last time you were able to get Sudafed?
Yeah.
When was the last time you just go in and just buy razor blades? You gotta ask somebody to go get a key.
Yeah, or Pokemon cards.
What?
Well, in case you haven't heard, trading cards have become such a hot commodity that all of Target's 1,900 stores are limiting sales to 1 pack per person, or just taking them off the shelves entirely.
Pokemon cards? I must have missed something here.
It actually, I don't really know where we are in time at this point. I feel like we're just in a weird, to me it still feels like 1980 was 20 years ago, 1990 was 10 years ago, and somehow 2012 was 3 years ago. I don't know, but apparently we're back in Pokemon card times now, and it got so bad that earlier this month, a 35-year-old Brookfield, Wisconsin man was attacked by a pack of 4 hoodlums tried to rob him of his newly bought cards.
I mean, at least they couldn't have robbed him of his dignity.
Well, no,
he
because
didn't have that. He was a 35-year-old man buying Pokemon cards. What the fuck is this?
The would-be victim was actually able to defend himself with his legal...
What, did he have a lightsaber? Oh, I got a plastic lightsaber. I'm going to stop you.
No, he had a legally concealed pistol, so...
Oh, well, all right. At least there's that.
Yeah, but
Did he shoot them at least?
I don't know, but Target is not taking any chances. They're not fucking around.
I mean, can you imagine? We've got gunfights in... You said Brookfield, Wisconsin, right?
Yep.
So suburban Wisconsin, of all places. Suburban Wisconsin parking lots. Not just parking lots. Target parking lots.
Yeah, we're not talking about Walmart or Dollar General here, folks.
Gunfights with gangs of hoodlums over Pikachu.
I'm pretty sure the Hadron Collider did something real fucked up to the timeline, because I don't know where in history we are, but one thing
really weird.
One thing remains true across all the years and all the times. Maybe you haven't heard, but you've got to collect them all. So.
You know what? Thank God we've got another call coming in, because I'm just going to see what this... In fact, why don't you take it? We gotta catch them all, so why don't you catch this call?
Hello, area code 772. You're on with the Moron. Morons, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is, hello, can you hear me on that, on the phone?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ooh, all right. My name is Loxahatchee Larry.
Your name is what?
Hello. Yeah, Loxahatchee Larry. I'm calling from Florida, and I just wanted to call in because you're talking about some stuff I know about.
Oh,
is it all right?
You're from Loxahatchee, Florida. I used to live out there.
How do you know I was from Loxahatchee?
Well, as far as I know, there's only one Loxahatchee, Florida, and I live there.
Well, you son of a bitch. Well, yeah, that's, I'm from Loxahatchee. That's why they call me Loxahatchee Larry.
Huh.
Yeah, but you were talking about they want to collect the Pokemon cards, and they get into a fight in the parking lot with shooting each other.
Yeah, pretty crazy, right?
Oh, no, that's not crazy at all. I mean, those Pokemon cards, you get a rare Pokemon, it can be worth a pretty penny. Now, if I was in the parking lot and I dropped a $2,000 gold coin on the ground, you think somebody might not run up on me?
Well, I mean, maybe for a gold coin. Are you telling me that the Pokemon card craze has come back to Loxahatchee, Florida, too?
Oh, we do lots of collectibles, collecting all kinds of stuff down here. I'm everywhere, really. We got conventions, we got trading. We got online communities. I personally, I like the trading cards, but I also like the action figures. I got I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got a lot of the Donatellos. That's my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Huh.
I really wish they'd make a Splinter. I wish they'd make a better Splinter. They never make Splinter that does a good enough action for me. They make a Splinter figure, but they don't make a good enough action figure. They like the Shredders. They make some good Shredder action figures, but they don't make a good Splinter. And Splinter was always my favorite character because he taught all the Ninja Turtles how to do ninja. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was very wise. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I collect a lot of toys and collectibles. I really enjoy it. And also I kind of want to call because my brother went missing about a month ago. I think he's dead.
What?
Yeah, I think somebody might have killed him that calls your show, and that's actually the real reason I want to call. But
what, over a Pokemon card?
No, he don't. What? He don't collect Pokemon. Why do you think that?
Sorry, I'm just confused. We were talking about collectibles and the Ninja Turtles and...
Oh, no, you was just talking about it because I thought since you was talking about it, I'd mention it because, I do like me. I also like, I like Transformers. You can put Transformers together.
Larry, hold the hell on. What? Your brother is dead?
Yeah, I think he might have gotten stabbed or run through. There's this crazy psychopath. He's a serial killer. He's been killing people all over the Southeast. I think he might have killed my brother, and I think your people might have had something to do with it.
Jesus Christ, who's your brother?
Yeah. His name is Chattahoochee Charlie. You ever hear Chattahoochee? Yeah. Yeah, when we were kids, he didn't really like the action figures too much. I loved them myself. I had the Castle Grayskull when we were, real young.
Larry, forget about Castle Grayskull. You think we were involved? Like, Chattahoochee Charlie is dead, you're telling me? And you think we were involved?
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard from Chattahoochee Charlie in damn near a month. Yeah, I think he might have got run through by this traveling swordsman. He's a real psychotic maniac. They call him Louisiana Larry. The last telephone call to his telephone was actually Chattahoochee Charlie. So that's what makes me think that you might have had something to do with it. I heard that. They both had talked together on your show.
Well, they had, and we didn't know. I mean, we have no control over who calls the show, Larry. You have to understand. Yeah,
I think he might have either killed him with the sword or maybe blown his head off, because he's been known to do one of the two.
Jesus Christ, okay. I mean, Larry,
either way, have you heard of Funko Pops?
The whole time?
This Funko Pops, they make a real outstanding figure. They kind of have a distinctive look to them. They're little short.
Larry.
What?
I don't want to talk about Funko Pops. What I want to tell you is about your brother.
Yeah, well, I figure he's dead now. I figure he's been dead for several weeks at the hands of Louisiana Louis.
He told that psychopath where he lived. He told him to come up. We told him the whole time we were telling him, Charlie, don't give your address. Stop it. Like, hang up the phone. Like, stop doing this. And he insisted. So I don't know what happened, but I mean.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking I was going to talk to the local authorities, and maybe they could pull the records. Maybe they could do a little bit of an investigation, see what you all had to do with it. Because I know you people love violence. I know you love causing issues and causing concerns. And I know you don't mind killing a man.
That is not true, Loxahatchee Larry. That is not fair to say.
I really like some of the new Star Wars toys. I know it's an unpopular opinion.
Go play with your freaking Star Wars toys. Stop hassling us. Do whatever you gotta do, but, this is...
Why'd you kill my brother?
No, stop it with your freaky family, okay? Get out of here. Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that was.
That guy, I mean... Loxahatchee Larry.
As somebody who lived in Loxahatchee, not a good start. That was a red flag right off the bat.
Chattahoochee Charlie is his brother. Who's naming these fucking children?
Maybe like Railroad Robert, riding the rails and impregnating women since 1953.
He's a Steamboat Willie. He's just riding down all the rivers in the South, and he just hops off, and and he names the kids after whatever river he bed their mother.
Oh my God!
And he just drops them off at a trailer park.
This is horrifying.
And just back on the steamboat.
Oh my God! Okay, this show went from being pretty good to pretty damn fucking weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It spiraled towards the end there, didn't it?
It spiraled like a toilet.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
See
we had fun.
Maybe.
See you for episode 83
next
week.